So this gentleman, he had main complaint was his memory loss, and he had a history of encephalitis and in childhood, and since then he had petit mal epilepsy. He was diagnosed and he was on different anti-epileptic medicines. And at that time when he had encephalitis, he had lost his eyesight, but thankfully he recovered it. But he said that this encephalitis and this complaints has given me a kind of drawback in my life. My problem is that I don't remember things very easily. And this gives me a stress. So what's the stress? That every day in the morning I have to do so many things like bank work and some office work and everything, and then go to my shop and start my shop. Of course, it was a partnership firm. His uncles used to be the partner in the business. But it was his responsibility to go there on time and start the shop. I have a drawback that I cannot remember things well. So during the office hours, I make a lot of things that I forget and I make mistakes. But because I reach there on time and start the shop, so my partners are okay with me. They are not creating any problems because I reach there on time. And my drawback is getting covered. So if anybody delays me in the morning, then I get very upset. I get very angry. Because if I get delayed here, I will not reach there and I'm stressed. Office also, there were problems. Because they would not listen to me. They would impose their thoughts on me. Any decision, I'm an equal partner, but if there is any decision, they would work like a boss. They would be like a boss. They would not listen to my suggestions. And they would just say, oh, this is the decision and this is what we are going to do it. And then I become very angry. Why are they doing this? It's sometimes I get so angry, but if I speak, then it will create a problem because I have that drawback and I can't speak about it. They are tolerating me. And this situation is exactly, sometimes I get so angry and I just want to speak against them and want to tell them that this is not the right thing. And this was exactly how my mother used to do it. My mother would have frequent fights with her mother-in-law, and she would not speak, and then she would get very angry inside her, and she would remove everything on me. It's like how you remove your anger on your dogs. It's like that. Of course, dogs cannot speak. And the same thing happens with me. And then he described that how he's extremely fascinated by dogs. And his craze about the dogs, and then he correlated his life with dog's life. That how a dog has to please his master. In a similar way, I always feel that I have to please my partners. Of course, the remedy was very simple here. I'm not showing you the whole case, but the remedy was lac caninum, because how nicely he correlated with the energy or energy of the dogs. So what is the approach in a case? We see the case that what kind of approach is needed in a case. Does a case need an approach from a completely pathological point of view or a therapeutics point of view? Or does a case need an approach from rubrics and the materia medica or the drug picture point of view? Or if the patient is giving you a good experience at a deeper level, then we prescribe the case at a sensation level. A lot of cases what we do is we do a synergy. If a case is going towards a sensation level, then we see what's the kingdom. So kingdom in a case comes when somebody who's a stronger, who's doing harassing, troubling, torturing, dominating, suppressing, to somebody who's a weaker. So there is a comparison of a strength, a kingdom idea. So the experience of survival, victim and aggressor. When you go further in it, then you get a feel, okay, if this is an animal kingdom remedy, then what's the survival mechanism? Is it like a mammal? So mammal has a peculiar energy, peculiar survival mechanism. So mammal would have a need to belong to a group and connection with mother, playfulness, dirty feelings, split within themselves. Or is it a bird where it has a main feeling of being caged and needing a freedom? Or is it a reptile? Is it a spider? Or so like that, this is how we would think. Suppose if you come to mammals, now you have to think, what's the survival mechanism in specific? So is it like the cattle family, we call them Artiodactyla? Or is it like a dog family? Or is it like a cat family? So like this is how we think further. And then if you think, oh, it's let's say it's a dog family, then whether it is a dog or a fox or a whatever it is. And this is how we think. But in each approach, our main focus is on understanding the experience and the qualities of the experience. Like for example, in this case, lac caninum, we know the main experience is that this person who's like a partner, who's like a boss, is treating me like a slave, like a servant. He's ill-treating me, he's dominating me, he's imposing his thoughts on me. But I cannot, even though I'm angry, I'm upset about it, but I have to please him because there's something not okay within me. I have a drawback, I have a weakness. There's a dirty feeling within self. And so need to be very loyal to the master, pleasing to the master. And when you study in nature about dogs, so dogs belonging to canid family, which are the descendants of the wolves, their main experience is that they have to please the alpha wolf, please the leader of the herd. Because if they are expelled out of the group, then they cannot survive. So like this, there is a correlation of an experience of source with the patient. And this is how we prescribe. So, of course, in September month, we are going to have this kind of seminar where we have a lot of teachers who are going to show their good cases. In fact, for all of us, it's going to be a learning experience because how many mammals have we seen in our practice? Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But different teachers sharing their individual cases will give us a good information about different sources, like how lac asinum, means donkey's milk is there, or what would be a source of kangaroo, or what would be a source of different mammals we are talking. Okay, kangaroo is a different altogether, but different mammals and the lac remedies that we are going to talk about. You all are most welcome to join us for this. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much.